Guys, happy Tuesday. Today you guys are going to be working on 2.05 day one and two step inequalities. Okay, so the first question, your guys' warm-up question is, which inequality does not or would satisfy x equals 10? Okay, so go ahead and take your pick there. Which one of these do you think satisfies x equals 10? So going through them, this one says x is greater than or equal to 10. So that one satisfies 10. Okay, let's check them all out. X is less than -4, does not satisfy 10. 10 is greater than x. Okay, so remember, you have a sign that the mouth always goes towards the greater one. And then the last one, 11 is less than or equal to x. Okay, so the only one that satisfies it would be A. Here's some class notes for you guys. These are really, really hard to remember. I even have to double think about them. So I would either take a screenshot, write them down. The biggest way I can remember them is making sure you're looking at the mouth. Where's the mouth pointing? That should be pointing at the bigger number. Okay, and then I always think from there. If I know which one's bigger, then I can say either it's greater than or less than. When solving inequalities, it's the same exact steps. Okay, so we're still doing inverse operations from PEMDAS. The only thing different here is if you ever multiply or divide by a negative on both sides, you have to flip the sign. Okay, you have to flip the inequality. So if it's a less than, it becomes greater than becomes less than, okay, and then so on and so forth with the equal to pieces as well. The equal to sign does not change. So let's go ahead and do some of these we do's together. Exactly like how we do regular equations. I like to draw my line. You guys know me. Okay, and really it just keeps it all organized for me. Okay, and then I'm trying to get x by itself. So the opposite of subtract 5 would be to add 5 to both sides. Then the -5 and +5 cancel each other out. And I'm left with x is greater than 6. Okay, and that's what you guys are going to type in this box. X is greater than 6. Graphing the solution. Okay, so if I have x is greater than 6, okay, if I want to graph that solution for inequalities, if you have an open dot, that means you have a less than or greater than. And then we want a closed dot to represent less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Okay, and then the shading, you shade towards the direction of the inequality. Okay, so what that looks like is we want a dot at 6, okay, and it's going to be an open dot because it does not have the equal to piece. And then we want to shade towards where that arrow points, okay, because that inequality is going that way. I just almost think about that inequality like an arrow. Okay, you can put that in number 3 as well. So open dot at 6, shading towards the arrow of that inequality. Okay, the next one. Same thing again here. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so I can have mine nice and big. I draw my line down the middle. Okay, and then we want to do our inverse operations. So we want to subtract 7 from both sides. Then those cancel each other out. So we're left with 3x on the left side and 12 on the right side. Then we can divide by 3. And that gives us those cancel each other out or equal 1. And I'm left with x is greater than or equal to 4. So this time we have a equal to sign. So we want a closed dot at 4 and shade towards the arrow of your inequality. Okay, and then in the box, you're going to put x, and then you're going to have to use the keyboard to find the greater than or equal to sign. You can use 4. And you can put your graph there as well. Okay, the next one. Again, we always want that line down the middle just to keep consistent. And guys, it really helps to organize things here. So I would make sure you always get in the habit of doing that. This one, we have to get rid of the -6 first. So we have to times by -6 on both sides. And this is where a little alarm should go off in your head, because this is the special rule. It's the only thing that's different about solving equalities and inequalities. This side stays the same because the -6 and 6 cancel each other out. However, because we multiplied by a negative, okay, we have to switch the inequality sign. So we're just going to turn it around. And then we have 2 times -6, so that's -12. And we continue with the solving. So next step would be to add 10 on both sides. Those cancel each other out. And I get -12 plus 10 is -2. Okay, and you don't want to change that sign again. You only change it once. Okay, well, unless you divided or multiplied by another negative. Okay, and you only change it when you multiply or divide by a negative number. So then I want to draw this on my number line. So that is it has an equal to sign. So that means we want it included. So we want a closed dot. And we want to shade towards the inequality. So the inequality is going to the left. So that's why I want to shade that way. And you can type it into your box. And number 7 is just the same answer. Okay, number 8. Again, we always want to draw that line down the middle. Okay, this time we have eyes on both or on the same side. So the first step for this problem is we need to combine those. So 5i minus 8i gives me -3i is greater than or equal to -21. Then we have to get rid of that -3. So we have to divide by -3. Okay, we should hear bells going off in our head again. Okay, because when we divide by a negative number, we have to flip the sign. So we have to, oh, and I didn't even do it. We have to flip the sign. So we want to go the other way. And then -21 divided by -3 is 7. Okay, and that's the answer. So we get I is less than or equal to 7. And this one you don't have to graph. Number 9. I'll make sure that this is in your show your work box. Okay, number 9 is this one. We first want to start out by putting our line down the middle so we don't make any mistakes. Okay, and then we can go ahead and solve here. So first step, we want to get rid of that -6. We have to add 6 to both sides. So that gives us b over 2 is greater than -8 plus 6 is -2. Okay, then multiply by 2 on both sides to get rid of that divide by 2. And we get b is greater than -4. And again, it does not have you graph that one. Last one we're going to do together. Go ahead and paste this in here for you guys. So we want to solve this one. It's got variables on both sides this time. Okay, so we got to think about our rules from solving. So the first step we need to do is subtract the smaller one. Okay, so we have 4W and 3W, so we need to subtract the 3W from both sides. Okay, and then those cancel each other out. So 4W minus 3W is just 1W or W. Minus 5 is less than -10. Okay, then last but not least, we want to add 5 to both sides. Okay, so that gives us W is less than -5 or -10 plus 5 is -5. So we get W is less than -5. And again, this one does not make you graph it. Okay, I left some you do problems for you guys. So go ahead and try number 11 on your own. It's multiple choice. Number 12 is also multiple choice. And 13 and 14, you're able to put your solution in there. Okay, make sure you fill out your exit ticket, and I will post the homework assignment on the announcement. Have a fabulous day, guys.